I've got nothing in the will, nothing, and he was worth £33 million.
I'm divorced. Regret post-divorce. If I could go back, knowing what I know now, I would never have downloaded a dating app or ever gotten on.
That first woman's reaction is honestly just sad because instead of mourning the loss of her husband, she talks about the will and how she gets no money. But guys, today I found the craziest relationship and divorce clips online. And you won't want to miss a single one. Interview 1.
Quit his job as an electrician where he was making over 6 figures a year to work a minimum wage job at a fast food place just so he wouldn't have to pay me $3,000 a month in child support. Is that not ridiculous? He would rather take a massive pay cut than to give me money to pay for his kids. I'm just so pissed right now because how the fuck am I going to pay for my mortgage? How am I going to pay for my mortgage? And you can tell me to go get a job, but then who's going to watch my kids? Because putting my kids in daycare is going to cost more than my freaking house. So what am I supposed to fucking do? He's trying to act like he should only be responsible for 50% of the kids' expenses, and he doubts that they cost $6,000 a month. But I'm like, sir, I am doing 100% of the raising. I feed these kids every night. I put them to bed. I wake them up in the morning. I get them dressed. You're not doing any of that. So you should be 100% taking care of them financially. I told him when we first got together I was never going to get a job and he was going to have to take care of me, and he was okay with that. But now we're divorced and he's saying that he shouldn't be.
Obviously, I don't think anybody in the ex-husband's shoes would want to pay 40% basically of their paycheck, probably more after taxes. And obviously, as we heard here, his wife kept the house, so she has that. And obviously, she's going to have to work to pay that somehow. Interview 2.
Sued her former husband because he won $40 million.
He won $40 million on Tuesday, Your Honor. We didn't sign the final decree until Friday. We are still legally married.
I filed the separation papers 3 days before I bought that ticket. She moved out a month ago. I bought it with my own money.
A filing is just paperwork, Judge. Under state law, all income is a marital asset until the judge signs.
Ma'am, you are correct that the final decree wasn't signed. However, the legal date of separation permanently severs the community estate. That ticket is his sole property. You get nothing.
It's honestly insane how confident this woman was. And she went into the court thinking that she was about to get 20 million of his dollars that he won. Good on this man for standing his ground. And good on the judge for knowing the law. Interview 3.
In a single moms, I don't understand the issue with these men. We're talking men in their late 30s, like 38, 39, and as soon as you mention you've got children, they don't want to fucking know. And I don't get it. And then they go simping over 21-year-olds. And that's because they've got no responsibility. Free-spirited to get to do whatever the hell they want, and it makes them look good and feel better about themselves. There is nothing wrong with dating a single mother. Like, my kids are practically teenagers. Well, my daughter is. She's nearly 16. My son's nearly 11. If anything, I've got more free time now opposed to what I had 4 years ago. This whole stigma of, like, dating someone with kids has really, really got to stop. Like, it's wrong. It really is wrong. Like, what's wrong with me? I'm 33 years old. I know what I want. I'm responsible. I do a pretty good job raising my children on my own. I've been single 4 years.
So, there's going to be a notable population of men who just don't want to date single moms. And honestly, that's fine for them. And anybody can have their preferences, just as this woman probably has her preferences for dating as well. Interview 4.
Divorce my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. This one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears.
Deep down, this is a pretty sad realization. But at least she came to the realization that now you know. She understands what was happening and that she wasn't truly fulfilled before. But it's also clear that she probably did not love her husband enough to stick around because obviously she got divorced. Interview 5.
Still in his mom and dad. I just got back from reviewing a divorce petition. I asked the client specifically, is the house in your name? He's like, yeah. It's been my house since my mother passed away. Me and my wife have been living in this house. Several red flags for it to be something told me do a title report. Go to data tree, pull his title history. The house is not in his name. It's still in his mother's name. No affidavit, no transfer home death, nothing. So now in the middle of a divorce, that they were going to already sell the property, which that's what they argued for. Now his mother's estate has to go into probate. Because the house has never been legally transferred, it's still in his mother's name. On top of the fact that community funds have been used to pay the mortgage, get things fixed and everything for several years.
Really, this man did one of the smartest things that you can do. And at this point, it's clear that the woman is kind of just regretting her decisions. And this right here is exactly why men put their properties in their mother's name or their father's name or somebody else, just in case they get divorced and you know, she tries to take half of it. Interview 6.
I have to break up. I've just been getting a ton of red flags from him lately, and today was my last straw. He took it upon himself to plan our entire Valentine's Day plans. He didn't ask me once, what I wanted to do. I was going through his phone to, be psycho, and I saw, everything that he had planned, and when I saw it, I was disgusted. For starters, the restaurant he booked was 4.9 stars, and if I would have taken Instagram pictures there and my friends looked the place up and saw that, I would have been humiliated, 5 stars or nothing. Then I saw he ordered me red roses. How basic can we be? He knows I like pink, he knows I like light purple, he just doesn't think about me.
The reaction in the comments of this video just demonstrates the gaping wide difference between how women think versus how men think. Because women in the comments are saying that this is absolutely a joke, and it's actually a way of this lady bragging on her man without sounding like a gross lady hyped up on love. But then there's men in the comments that are taking it very seriously. They're saying that she does not appreciate her man and that her man deserves better. So guys,
regardless of if it's a joke or not, it's good that, both genders are coming together in the comments to basically say that she isn't treating him right if this is real. Because in my opinion, if this is real, then she is obviously ungrateful because the amount that he planned out for her is just more than anybody else probably would. Interview 7.
The basis for your motion regarding support, ma'am.
The job that I was working, I lost in April. And so my income has declined, and I'm asking for an adjustment in the child support amount due to the changes in income.
And ma'am, are you working then at this time or not working?
I am not. I've been looking for a job all summer because there's no jobs available in my expertise, my certification within 100 miles. And I wasn't able to apply to the ones that are outside the area because I asked and he said we couldn't move over 100 miles.
Mr. Jarvis, anything you want to say in response to her motion regarding child support?
During the summer and early fall, I did forward to her some job opportunities. I also encouraged her to be a substitute teacher. They're very desperate to find teachers, especially in Gaylord schools where I work. They have a shortage there. She chose not to pursue that as an option. I believe Miss Aber needs to get a job, some kind of job. She doesn't seem to be real eager to pursue anything right now in terms of work. And so asking me for more money solely based on the fact that she's not working, I don't think is fair and equitable at this time.
Is there anything you want to say before I make a decision?
I applied for all the jobs. I interviewed for the jobs. I actually interviewed for an assistant program at Gaylord Community Schools, and they were extremely rude to me at the interview, and they did not offer me the assistant job. when I went into interview for that job. But right now I'm also looking for a way that I can get the same amount of money that I had been getting instead of going straight to being a substitute teacher.
All right. Well, given that information as to the motion regarding support, at this point, I'm not really.
She is basically admitting that she is going to go to whatever length in order that she needs to get that money. And that includes taking money from this man. Interview 8.
The day after work, and I politely told him no, and then brought myself from McAllister's, where I got this croissant, this grilled chicken sandwich, and an entire bowl of broccoli cheddar soup and a Dr. Pepper for under $25. Now, I'm not going to argue with you about how you like to date, just like I don't want you to argue with me about how I like to date. But coffee is never going to be an option for me. And just like I respect your choice to coffee, respect mine to not coffee. Biggie had two baddies fighting over him and eating his, groceries. And for some reason, men seem to think that I can't find a man that's willing to take me for coffee. And I notice anytime that I post anything about dating, especially on this app, the number one comment that I get is because I'm fat and ugly, that I should be willing to settle for whatever a man is willing to offer me, right? And I always find that interesting because it almost feels like they have this assumption that any man who's trying to date me has never seen me before. And what I noticed from that comment section is a lot of people like coffee dates or ice cream dates or whatever the case may be because it's low effort, low commitment, low risk. And for the men, it's cost effective, right? And a lot of people were trying to compare it to a job interview, right? And I think the part that they are skipping with the job interview is after you submit your resume and the application, if you are deemed worthy, what happens? You get the phone interview. After the phone interview, if the employer deems you worthy enough, then they will invest the resources to fly you out for an in-person job interview. And I feel like a lot of y'all are skipping that step. I feel like a lot of y'all will meet somebody on a dating app on a Wednesday, and by Thursday you are trying to go get coffee, which is why y'all want the low risk, low commitment, cost effective dates, because y'all are not taking the time to have the phone interview. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, my first time having a meaningful conversation.
I mean, in my opinion, just by the fact that she views it as low risk and low commitment is kind of dehumanizing. And of course, a lot of men are not going to want to spend hundreds of dollars on this woman on the first date before they even get to know her. And probably once they do get to know her, they're not going to want to date her because of how materialistic she is. Interview 9.
Husband's funeral, which unfortunately I cannot make because obviously I am busy here in Tunisia. I would have loved to have gone. We were together for 17 years. Unfortunately for me, he did decide to die on the week I had planned to come on holiday. So I didn't make the decision not to go because, I need a holiday at the end of the day. And my holiday is way more important than sitting in a church watching people cry. I would love to give him a good send off. So I'm going to get absolutely drunk tonight with this new guy that I met. And I'm going to raise a glass for you, Jeremy, because you were an amazing husband, very rich. I can't wait to do the will reading when I'm home. I have made sure I'm going to be home in time to do the will reading because I would not miss that for the world, because obviously I am due to get a lot of money and that's a very, very important thing to me. So I hope you have a good funeral today, Jeremy. Love you. All good things have to come to an end. So I did miss my husband's funeral because I was in holiday in Tunisia. I would not have missed my holiday for the world, and I know my husband would have understood because that's just the kind of guy he was. But yes, I have come back from my holiday just to make sure that I got back in time for the will reading, because I am not going to miss that for the absolute world. I have been held captive in the Ukraine for at least a week now, following my holiday in Tunisia, where I did get pregnant with a very well-known married celebrity's baby. However, I am very lucky to have been released just in the nick of time for my husband's will reading, because I do deserve all of that money. I spent 17 years with this man, which is a lot longer than any of his children did. So I deserve the inheritance a lot more than his own children. So I am going to fight the will with lawyers if he has left any of his inheritance to his children, because they do not deserve it, unlike me, who looked after him every single day for 17 years when they were out living their own life.
I mean, I am honestly lost for words after watching that video. Just the fact that she didn't show up to her husband's funeral just because she had a vacation planned is insane. I'm sure that most people, even if they were on a vacation at the moment, if they found out that their husband died, they would probably book the first plane ticket back home just to attend that funeral. And it really did not even seem like she was sad about it at all. Interview 10.
Divorce, I got $600,000. Yes.
Why?
That was part of our settlement. So I could have taken more, but I didn't, which I'm kind of now regretting a little.
Wait, why could you have taken more and why didn't you?
Well, I could have, because if I were doing like a divorce with like 50-50 split.
Could you have done 50-50 split?
I could have.
So this was a pretty well-to-do person.
Yes. I don't know exactly how much I would have. No, he tried to get me to sign a prenup and then I didn't sign a prenup. And then he tried to get me to sign a postnup and I didn't sign a postnup.
Postnup.
Yes. Yeah. We decided in the settlement agreement that I would get $600,000.
Why the do I have so much debt here? And where did the $600,000 go? When did you get the $600,000?
2 years ago.
Okay. Where the f is it?
It's gone. Completely gone.
Into where?
Well, I bought a house.
With the $600,000?
With the $600,000.
Okay, so it's not gone.
It's not gone. Right.
It's tied up?
Well, so I bought a house that was $330,000 and I bought it like outright. So like it's paid in full.
So it goes half the cash.
Yes. But then I bought it sight unseen. And so when we entered the home.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I saw the outside because I drove by it. But
good, you drove by it.
Yeah. When we entered the home, though, it was in shambles. So we had to renovate it completely. So we saved some money by tearing everything down ourselves. But the renovation was like $100,000.
I mean, first of all, addressing the elephant in the room. This is exactly why you never marry without signing a prenup. And just the fact that she blew through $600,000 in 2 years really tells you everything you need to know about this woman and her financial decisions. But guys, you will not want to miss this last clip. Interview 11.
Divorce. I thought I'd be happier, except the judge set the child support amount at $326 a month. $326 a month for 2 kids for child support is what he has to pay me. $326 a month because he's not working, because he chooses not to. I was able to cross-examine him, which was fun. And I asked him how many hours a week he spends working or trying to sell houses, because technically he still has a real estate license. So technically he's still a realtor. He said 15 hours a week approximately is how many hours he works per week. Grown man, grown able-bodied man with transportation and no childcare to worry about.
Situations like this are honestly absolutely heartbreaking because she doesn't seem sad about it all in the fact that she lost her husband. But instead, she seems only sad about the fact that she will not get any money from it. And it really does make you wonder if she was only in it for the money from the start. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Like and subscribe. Comment what you think about all this, and I'll see you in the next.